get it out. Parkland teacher said full-on military gear, not him. Like the other students said, they saw people in military garb, not just one, and that it was wearing a face mask, everything. And there's witnesses that, again, the shooter was with other young people when this happened. The eyewitnesses have been on the show. It's been on the local news. So that's why they're so desperate. It turns out there is a cover-up here. The official story is not true.
We've been actually talking about that for a long time. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. You can shout me down when I'm finished, but let me answer Emma's question. It is not federal law for states to report convictions to the NICS system. It's not federally mandated. That's the big question, and I wish that this network had also covered this more, as other media networks would have covered it. That's a huge... Wait a second.
You guys, if I can't hear her statement, I can't come up with a rebuttal. Please.
Wait a second.
And they're chanting, burn her. Not lock her up for crimes. She hasn't committed any crimes. But burn her. How Me Too? Why, Harvey Weinstein just reportedly raped women, not burn them. Well, what a nice group of people. By the way, Infowars.com is down. And while you still can, I guess you can visit Infowars.com and Newswars.com. Obviously, I need to call Paul Watson and have him write an article about it for Newswars.com. I'm sure the only site that will care. This war on free speech is going on is Drudge. Other than you, the radio affiliates and the listeners and the TV affiliates, this is just going on like it's no big deal. CNN comes out and says, we want Alex Jones banned. We want him off YouTube. We're meeting with YouTube to have him banned. Glenn Beck comes on and says, yes, these platforms aren't doing enough to stop Alex Jones by name. They then have Dan Rather and Stelter in the same hour. They're all in the same hour together, reliable sources, all call for them to tap down and stop this pollution. And so you're hearing the pollution, ladies and gentlemen, and what is it? The videos they banned were not us saying that the shooting didn't happen. Videos they banned were not of us saying they were crisis actors. The videos they banned was us asking why out of 3,000 students are there only 4 of them we're seeing on the news. It turned out CNN was staging town halls. And there it is right there, Glenn Beck, conspiracy theories. I already played this stuff yesterday, but I'll get to it today. But imagine how surreal this is. And then they're going after the NRA. They've got all these companies dumping them. They're now getting banks to say, once they build up this whole new hashtag, to now say all gun owners and guns themselves are to blame, then the state will use the guns to control us. And the left always has a talking point. They go, Jones first claimed the military and police were coming to put us in FEMA camps, but now he says the military and police are good. No, I said the military and police were good. They told me about it 20 years ago when Bill Clinton was trying to get them ready for it. And then Obama expanded it. And Bush expanded the police state, but the whole arrest the Christians, arrest the patriots, that kind of stopped for a while. But remember all the MIAC documents and Homeland Security documents that federal police, federal agents gave us? Remember all those exclusives? They were worried about it. And then when the cops wouldn't roll over to the globalists, the cop killing starts. And then Loretta Lynch shows up with the Strong Cities Initiative and says, let the UN take control of you through Justice Department power. But they'll advise you, kind of like the UN until 6 months ago was running. 6 months ago, took Trump about 6 months to get it in place. So it was about 8 months ago. That the State Department got orders from the UN Refugee Board. This went back to Bill Clinton. And that the UN said who got to come into the U.S. Look it up. Trump's like, that's insane. We're killing that. Took him 6 months into his administration to get it done. So when I tell you they wanted the police under UN control, just search engine. There's speeches. I've played them. You can't make this up. See, I said I'm going to be calm. I've just got all the pieces here. They admit it. They are in one unified criminal group. You know, Kimmel attacked the president. He attacked the president's son. He attacked Ted Nugent and said that they said nobody died and that it's all fake. But didn't show Ted Nugent saying it. It didn't show any of that. And when you know what he's doing, everything he was saying was a lie. Everything. Everything. It was so sick. Oh, man, I tell you. And then you know that Jimmy Kimmel admitted 3 months ago that for the last year, he talks to Chucky Schumer's office sometimes hours a day, and that they write his monologue. So he's going, nobody's got talking points. I don't. The kids don't. This is ridiculous. And you've got CNN caught running fake town halls for years, running fake debates, fake questions. It's all in the WikiLeaks. Fake polls. And then Kimmel says, in past shows, he goes, this is me personally. I don't appreciate you saying I'm a father. These kids are real. And then he thinks we're so dumb. He's in the New York Times a couple months ago going, I'm really best friends with Chuck Schumer now. But see, that's what they do. In their own publications, they go, we're going to repeal the Second Amendment. Play the clip earlier. We're going to break the families up. Christianity's going to be banned. We're going to bring all the Muslims in. And you're reading this in their own publications. And then they go on TV and lie to you because they think you're an idiot because just like he has the fake news thing where he goes out and tells people that Wakanda's real and the Black Panther's real and all these LA people think it's real. People are trying to, by the way, book flights. It's in the news to Wakanda. I predicted that last week to the crew. So he knows he's got an audience that thinks Marvel comic movies are real, okay? And he's just in there savaging those poor people. Now, here's why they're so scared. I know there's real shootings. In fact, I don't see almost every time they end up being on psychotropics. Everybody gets warned. The first witnesses told us the video they banned was people saying there were multiple shooters, 10 police cars pulled up. They didn't go in and help anybody. And then there were soldiers inside moving the bodies. And then the police went in later. We now have 6 different newscasts with teachers and with students saying, and I've played this, and I didn't realize what they were so scared of. That's why they're hacking the site right now. That I haven't looked at the numbers since Saturday. The 2 banned videos on YouTube had 7,100,000 views by Saturday night. I don't know. I don't want to look at the bandwidth because I have to pay for it. But the point is that as soon as Zimmerman gets in, he's been working 7 days a week, have him print me the latest data on that. I want to show viewers right off our servers. When we come back, this is what they're scared of. The minute this went up, the site went down, which, by the way, you can't do unless you have access to the servers where we have them, because we stuck our servers in places where you have to have the internal switches. This is not a normal DNS attack. They went in at the governmental level. Oh, and by the way, see how it all ties together? What's in Reuters right now? Apple is going to store its cloud keys for the entire planet in China. And under Chinese law, the Chinese government will run it. It hit me this morning, even before this happened. This is the global assault. They're probably going to start blowing up federal buildings, shooting more schools. Get ready. Get ready. They're coming. This is it. They're coming. This is it. They're going to try to kill the president, I'd say, in the next 2 weeks. We know they've already been trying. They're going to start false flagging. This is it. Get ready. Everybody, if you have children in public schools or you work in federal buildings, I would get out. I would get out.
Conspiracy. So conspiracy, and by the way, the person who was behind that conspiracy is the same guy behind a lot of these conspiracies, Alex Jones. Politico described that as something at the time. They said, well, that's just things that people are saying because they don't like the other guy. That's the problem. We're willing to accept things about the other guy because we don't like him.
Well,
and
as bad as the line was after 9/11, what's worse now are the social networks, that they spread these crazy theories to millions of people. What should the technology...
What's worse is these social networks. And he went on earlier to say get rid of the pollution. He says it again. So this is a so-called news agency that's so discredited, caught lying about everything, lying about Scud attacks when they were in Atlanta, claiming they were in Saudi Arabia. I mean, this is all famous. Fake town halls, fake debates, fake questions, fake questioners, fake polls. And then they have a fake story that we said the shooting didn't happen. And they take down, CNN takes down CNN files complaints as they talk to executives and said, why aren't you removing him completely? Well, they've blocked our mainstreams. They've done all this other tortious interference. This is incredible. But see, Stelter's supposed to run your life. Glenn Beck is supposed to run your life. Look at these two. Failures, both of them. No ratings, operations collapsing. CNN and Glenn Beck's operations are twins of admitted failure, just collapse. Beck's lost half his stations. CNN's going into free fall. Reportedly, Beck is a basket case who believes he's like the Christ. And I knew this years ago. I said, really? No, he thinks he's like a Messiah. So you've got the guy that endorsed Hillary Clinton and then apologized to Obama, saying everything he said was wrong, who now goes and falls on his sword with little Stelter, Humpty Dumpty, saying, oh, you know, you used to be a conspiracy theorist yourself. Yeah, until you joined the dark side. And so they go on. Alex Jones, yes, he's the one that said we stood down on 9/11, that said there's globalists siding with Islam inside our government. Brennan's a Wahhabist. All this has come out, the 28 pages. Rand Paul's covered it. Congressman Walter Jones has covered it. Senators have seen the 28. It was a stand down. They knew it was going on, bare minimum. They translate that into, I said the firefighters blew up the building. Never said that. It's like saying, oh, you say the government's corrupt. You hate the post office people? You think they're tyrants? See how they play that game? Hey, these kids work for the Democrats that are admittedly in PR, and why are we only seeing them on TV, and why does this town hall look fake? Turns out it's all PR. But a shooting happened. When we get done with Beck here, I'm going to play the clip they don't want you to see. InfoWars is up and down because we have backup servers and things like that, but it's a big attempt to shut it down, to take it down. Newswars.com, prisonplanet.com. We've mirrored the video and we've mirrored the article, but this video is not on our servers. They'll take this down. And what they take down is Good Morning America. What they take down is KHOU. What they take down is the local Miami station. And they don't take them down saying copyright. No. CNN says these videos are bullying children. And then what they are is young adult seniors on my show and on and local news saying the same thing. It was weird. They took us outside. It was a fire drill. Then like 10 police cars pulled up. None of them went in. The shooting was then going on. This went on for 6, 7, 8 minutes. The deputies wouldn't go in. And then, you know, we saw men inside while the shooting was happening that were Army. That just means look like Army uniforms. And they were piling the dead bodies up in the corners. And then we've got video of the SWAT team with body bags during the shooting, putting body bags in the back. I mean, was it Islamicists that attacked? Just like Vegas, I was told by the FBI, no, this guy was doing gun running. Paddock, he was meeting with them. It was a gun deal. They had the Saudi Arabians in town, the military, for a big summit, close to, what was it, 10,000 Saudis, and that there was a revolution inside the Saudi government, and this was a threat to Trump, that you better watch out. We could take it right to, you know, your hotels and casinos. That all basically came out later, and they admit there's a cover-up and won't say what happened and said, maybe in a couple years we'll tell you. I mean, I really got the call from the hostage rescue team. Just like I got the internal government documents, how Obama was planning to go after gun owners and veterans from the FBI and federal marshals, because there are patriots in there. But they say, I hate the FBI and hate the police and hate the military. It's all crap. That's where we get our information. That's why they're so upset. And ladies and gentlemen, this is all happening. Now, let me just say this very succinctly, so I can take a minute of this and put it on the front of the second segment, the third segment, so we can just crystallize this. The globalists are launching the biggest assault on commerce, free speech, the First Amendment, gun owners, veterans, Christians, libertarians. It's being purged on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Banks are saying that, you know, major sporting goods stores and Cabela's and the NRA can't do business. It's serious racketeering when they're legal, lawful businesses that sell to the public for stuff that isn't even about self-defense, which is the prime right.